know, we still have our hands full, and we just have to try to finish it here. If not, then go back home and try to finish it.
All right, on Friday night, once again, Boston and Orlando, but Orlando now with a 2-1 lead in this series. 82-77, the Orlando Magic win Game 3.
And as the historic era of the Boston Garden comes to a close, we take you there now for Game 4.
The hallowed halls of the Boston Garden, inside this building that was built in 1928. 16 NBA championships, 5 Stanley Cup championships, the voices of the Beatles and Elvis and even Winston Churchill. And on this parquet floor, a lot of teams have met their destiny, and it hasn't been good. But these 3 young men, Scott, O'Neal, and Hardaway, well, they weren't even born when most of the great events happened here at the Garden. And the team they're playing here at the Garden is not the same one that won the 16. Tonight will be the last game in the Boston Garden unless the Boston Celtics can stave off elimination. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference first.
NBA playoffs go! Who got the fever? We got the fever! The NBA! On TNT! In Game 3, the Celtics were oh so close, deep Brown to tie. Nope. Winning in Boston is no small order. Shaq sat out the whole second quarter. Boston's chances look bleak, but you can't rule out the Celtic mystique, the Magic himself coming your way. TNT got the NBA.
Getting ready, playoff basketball.
We're ready. NBA playoffs go!
Brown comes down to double. Anderson into Shaquille O'Neal.
Nick Anderson has sort of been the 4th guy offensively with this team. You've got to give up something.
Picture taken on the steps of the library with a book on world civilization.
Well, Shaq is not, it's not that he has not practiced. You see him right now, he's on fire for the Magic, but 6'10", 235.
I just read the stats. Shaquille with the steal off Sherman Douglas. Anthony Hardaway with the lay-in, and a big 12-4, 8-point lead for Orlando.
More Penny Hardaway, one of the best in the NBA at the steals. That time it's Shaquille O'Neal. He throws ahead. Fast break opportunities give you easy scores.
Side to Ellison, has trouble handling the ball. It was batted away by first Donald Royal and then Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, look at that pass! Hardaway to Nick Anderson for the jam.
That's when the Magic are at their best, when they're flying up and down the floor, getting some transition. But Bob, to get into transition, you've got Penny Hardaway at 6'7", sees the floor so nicely. Nick Anderson, a powerful 6'5", was a small forward in college, has moved to the big guard. He catches and finishes it beautifully. Look at Nick Anderson. Whew.
Back into it. It doesn't require much. That'll quieten the crowd.
Step in and take a charge in front of him. You know, Shaquille had been at...
They'll decide who gets that. It is a 4-point game. Shaquille O'Neal makes it 6. Count the basket. Players' bodies everywhere. There first.
They're hanging around. It's a 10-point game. Shaquille is playing very well tonight, Bob. He's active. He's quick. This last game here.
Pass inside to O'Neal. Strong tried to cut it off. O'Neal has 23 points. Nick Anderson inside to Shaquille. Kicks out. Anthony Hardaway steps in for an 18-footer. Fabulous steal from D. Brown. He missed it. Hardaway follows. He doesn't.
See, now, Boston's got to be very careful not to get so excited.
Boston by 1. Calling for defense, Horace Grant stepped inside of D. Brown on the double team. And Chris Ford very upset at Dino Raja. Advised under 2 minutes now. Both teams will have 1 foul to give in the 2-minute period with Boston leading by 1.
You know, if Shaquille gets it, they're going to foul him.
Into Hardaway for the jam.
What a play. That was reminiscent of Scottie Pippen last night. The beautiful left-hand dunk against Charlotte. To give. They got to foul him immediately. They allow him out of the double team. And again, Dino Raja doesn't step up to get the cutter. And Hardaway with the finish.
A lot of stories written about Shaquille O'Neal, but you might not have heard the ones titled Shaq and the Beanstalk and Little Shaq Horner. Well, they're actually part of a new public service campaign in which Shaq tells kids how important it is to read. Hard work helped make Shaquille O'Neal a superstar.
Here we got one of the dominant players in the game, and he's willing to work on facets of his game.
While Shaq has mastered the basics of basketball, he wants kids to know that reading is a fundamental everyone needs.
If you can't read, you can't fill out a job application. So if you can't fill out a job application, you don't have a job. So I just want to, relay the message to kids. Reading is fun. Riff, reading is fun.
To help get his message across, he appears in a new public service announcement.
Action.
All you have to do is pick up a book, because when you know how to read, adventures come to you.
Today's story is Little Shaq Horner.
The ad is part of the RIF program, which donates millions of books to needy kids around the country.
Thanks. He just was standing right there, and I'm like, whoa. And he's just really big, so he's huge.
No matter who you are or what you plan to do, learn how to read. It opens up a whole new world.
Shaq and the Beanstalk.
It's a good thing he doesn't play basketball.
I feel good.
They play well, they play good, but to all my people in Orlando, Boston Garden is now closed.
Dominique missed a big free throw at the end of the game that would have tied it. This is going to be a fun one. Orlando next plays Chicago. Shaq and Penny versus Michael and Scotty. But of course, the Bill Winnington-Jeff Turner matchup will be key. The Bulls 1-3 this season versus the Magic. Orlando has the home court advantage. Larry.
Games to 1, finishing off Charlotte on Thursday night. Jordan tried to return it to Purdue, but it was picked off. Orlando a 1-point lead. That's it. That fell. He challenged the passing lane.
Eyeballed Shaquille O'Neal there and took it to him and proved the defense to get that opening for Winnington.
O'Neal able to power his way. Is against the Celtics. Had some problems at the end of the year. That's Hardaway with the reverse. We have called it. Hardaway missed.
Well, Brian Shaw and Penny Hardaway all season long have been wired for this type of play. A little ball fake, a little eye contact, and the back door. And Shaquille O'Neal making a hard move into the lane, and the no-looker to Donald Royal breaking in on the right side.
The two big guns have not shot the ball well. They're down by only 2 points. Here is Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, again, he powered his way. 12 points for O'Neal. The Magic with the lead with just under 5 minutes to go in this first half. Shaquille showing the entire arsenal.
Basketball things that help your team keep going.
Anderson off the lead pass, so Nick Anderson has 9 points. 8 of 9 from the field. O'Neal. A very strong first half for Shaquille O'Neal. He has 16. Shaw with the step. Put home by O'Neal. Shaquille has taken over. He has killed the ball in this first half. And Phil Jackson wants a timeout with 2:58 to go in the half.
Well, Michael Jordan and Shaquille O'Neal have both been quick to say that they will not be guarding each other in this series. However, they will meet from time to time right around the rim, as they do here. And Shaquille O'Neal throws one down over the head of Michael Jordan. And Shaq said, hey, I just dunked on Michael Jordan.
Strong had a diagnose, but Hardaway with the steal. Grant is fouled. Yes, they count. Foul call on Clippers. To 53.
Well, Horace Grant may not have been comfortable with the Chicago Bulls, but they were very comfortable with him. I wish they had him back.
Shaquille O'Neal with the finisher. He has 23. Bulls lead 80-78. Hardaway got the step on Kerr. Went to the left hand. Penny Hardaway ties the game. Just under 2 minutes to go in the fourth. Hardaway looking to post up against Armstrong. Hardaway, yes. The Magic, 88. The Bulls, 86. Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal.
The foul number 34, Bill Weddington.
And the foul was called on Bill Weddington.
Penny Hardaway trying to force the action on penetration there. As Michael Jordan making sure that Shaq does not lay that one up or dunk it, and then going over to Shaq to make sure he's all right.
And the words from Jordan were accepted by O'Neal, who is hitting his free throws. 11 for 15. And he has tied the game at 89. B.J. Armstrong returning. So it is Jordan and Armstrong at the guards. Weddington with Pippen. And Kukoc up front. 48 and 9/10 seconds remaining in the fourth. Clutch free throw shooting by Shaquille O'Neal. And when is the last time that has been said?
A very difficult play to call. A lot of courage on the part of Phil Jackson to make that call during the free throw.
And a costly pass thrown by Dennis Scott in a crowd that was picked off by the Bulls. And Jordan spinning his way against Anderson. Here comes Hardaway. For Jordan. The Magic by 1. 6 and 2/10 seconds to go. Michael Jordan having a very difficult time. He missed the 2 free throws earlier. He was just picked off, stripped, which led to the lead bucket. We'll be right back. Well, 6 and 2/10 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. Another look as Nick Anderson did it from behind. Chasing Jordan, knocked it away, leading to this.
And Penny Hardaway finds Horace Grant flying in on the right side. I think Michael Jordan felt with the 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter that he was going to get fouled on the play. And looked like he had beaten Nick Anderson, but then the flick from behind, as we have seen some wild and crazy things happen in the final 18 seconds today.
And it comes to Kukoc, broken up by Grant. And that will do it. The final scores, time is run out on the Bulls. The Magic 94 and the Bulls 91. Led by Shaquille O'Neal with 26 points. Now we
career high with 8 turnovers, while Pippen shot like he'd have trouble hitting water from a boat, and the Magic go up 1-0.
Feels good. We came out and we played great defense. Nick made a great defense play there at the end with about 10 seconds left, and we had some big free throws down the stretch, and it feels good.
I wasn't born with the basketball in my cradle, though some believe we come out dunking once we are conceived. A superstar? I got it made, right? I went from nothing to something overnight. Well, don't believe the hype. I had to work to get to where I'm at, and that's a fact. Mom and Grandma raised me to be proud and instilled their philosophy in me, knowing no one can take that from me. Nah, I had to work to get here. At the Boys and Girls Club, at Memphis State, I had to work to be great.
It's a series of big names, Shaquille and Michael, but perhaps the biggest name in game one is Nick Anderson with the steal to Hardaway, to Grant, and the win, and the Magic avoid losing at home to the Bulls in game one at the Orlando Arena. This is game number 2 in the Eastern Conference semifinals between the Bulls and the Orlando Magic. The Magic get away with game 1, 94-91.
Shaq, tell us how basketball used to be.
Well, the basket wasn't always 20 feet tall.
What about 100-yard courts?
Not even close.
What happened?
All sport.
All sport, unsurpassed taste, a third more carbs than Gatorade for energy. This is a body quencher.
After all sport, the game was a breeze. Until they put in the moving basket.
All sport, the game will never be the same.
By Kukoc, the pass is inside to Shaquille O'Neal. Gets the easy lay-in as he stepped inside of Luke Long. As Purdue goes down again. The lob into Shaquille O'Neal, who looked to me as though he caught that above the cylinder.
Just as he falls down, he's guarding Shaq. So what do? You go right to the front of the rim, and no one picks him up, and there he is. See, the ball was up on the rim. He laid it in and dropped it in.
17 Bulls, under 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Penny Hardaway hits the jumper.
Very important right.
Here you go.
Thanks.
I travel a lot, but you don't have to play in the NBA to visit new places and meet new people. All you have to do is pick up a book, because when you know how to read, adventures come to you.
Today's story is Little Shaq Horner.
So no matter who you are or what you plan to do, learn how to read. It opens up a whole new world.
Shaq and the Beanstalk.
It's a good thing he doesn't play basketball.
Right now, when you look up at the scoreboard, that they're up 1.
Shaquille gets the pass from Brian Shaw. He scores the basket. He'll go to the line. And Michael Jordan goes for the steal. Hardaway open for 3.
Well, he needed that one. Anthony Hardaway.
Once again, the Bulls playing terribly offensively, but leading in the game. Actually, by 2. Hardaway with a jam, and that'll tie it with 27 to go. Runs it down. Bad pass. Horace Grant stepped in for the steal. Shaquille with a monster jam and the foul on Longley. That's 5. Here comes Purdue. Longley 5 fouls, made the turnover pass, and Phil Jackson has the hook.
Bob, we're going to take a look. We'll stop it right here, okay? Let's stop this. You never make an outlet pass in the middle of the floor. An outlet pass is out here. You don't do that because what happens is they read that, and it's serious trouble. Now what you've done is you've got the Magic struggling, and you give them an emotional play. And they'll have to double team him.
Winnington was late getting there. Phil Jackson just exploded off the bench. Hardaway has it punched away by B.J. Armstrong down to 7. Tough shot by Anthony Hardaway.
He's got to go to work ops here. They've been very fortunate.
Here's Shaquille bumping into Will Purdue, and that's one way to score. Remember,
comes out in the first half. He hits his first couple shots. Then he struggles. Shoots 3 for 8 from the free throw line. 6 for 17 from the floor. You wonder at halftime, do you ever question yourself, like, I wonder if I really will be able to get that back? And Michael came out and got into an unbelievable rhythm in the second half. Here's Penny Hardaway with a spinning shot. Michael coming over to try to block the shot.
Hardaway 104-94. Let's go to Ernie Johnson in Atlanta.
A long time ago, in a playoffs far, far away. Episode 3. There once was a collision of 2 great forces. They met on a battleground called a basketball court in the last decade of the 20th century. One possessed a grace not seen in this galaxy. The wisdom of 3 titles. And his sights set on one more. The other had the power of 3 normal men. And he yearned for some championship wisdom of his own. May the playoffs be with you.
Michael Jordan unretires number 23, shocks the world. Bulls win game 2. Of course, Jordan and 23, one of the reasons for the 3 championship banners at the United Center. Another reason, Horace Grant, but now he's in Orlando, and as you can see tonight, he is wearing his game face. Through the remnants of the old Chicago Stadium, the United Center plays host tonight to Game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinals between Orlando and Chicago. Horace Grant hard back to Shaquille O'Neal. Horace Grant penetrating, and as they had to step in to stop. Russell loose by Longley, thrown away, and Hardaway beat the buzzer for the 3.
That was a big shot, Bob.
20-10 Chicago, 7:09 to go in the first quarter. Michael Jordan hasn't missed yet. 4 jumpers and a dunk. That foul, and Hardaway followed in. He'll have a 3-point.
9 fast break points for their turnovers. And Anthony Hardaway, it's what you got to do. You got to attack Scottie Pippen, showing surprising strength for a.
I'm going to buy your coaching. Hardaway backing in. B.J. Armstrong into trouble at the top. Nice pass to Horace Grant.
Hardaway has got to be active. He's got to be
4 points. Looking for Shaquille in the paint.
strong. He's got to go strong.
And he did, and gets the lay-in with no foul. High attitude.
probably not.
West Sider might not. Hardaway on the drive. Purdue made him change his shot. Hardaway follows.
I like it that Anthony Hardaway is looking to score.
Foul, didn't get it. And Orlando back quickly.
Good defense.
The lob to Shaquille O'Neal.
That's what he's got to do. He's got to get out and run. Get down the floor. Shots now.
Yes. Good. Mr. Math. Up and under from Shaquille O'Neal.
Punish it. You got to punish it, Shaq. If he's going to fall.
1 point. Orlando lead with 4:38 to go in the first half. Jordan already with 27 points. Kukoc going hard to the left. The shot blocked.
Got 2 fouls. He's got to be very careful not to pick up his 3rd. Foul trouble really hurt Shaq the other night.
Pippen slips inside from Hardaway. Misses the lay-in. 3-point Magic lead. Make it 5, and that's the biggest lead. Hardaway finds Shaquille O'Neal. From the corner. Can't get it. He missed several big ones like this. Purdue can't get it. He fouls Shaquille, and he'll go to the line for the 3-point play.
He's playing with passion. Look at the energy on his face. And it's carrying over to his team. He's the emotional leader of this team, Shaquille. His power, his energy. Look at him, the effort around the basket. He was not going to be denied. He goes up strong. They try to take the foul. That would have broken mine in your arms, and he gets the 3-point play.
6 of 7 from the field is Shaquille. 6 of 7 from the free throw line. And 3 minutes to go, first half. Orlando showing incredible poise. The lob to O'Neal from Scott. Of course, Kukoc trying to call for their
scoring.
Orlando going to O'Neal early. 20 first half points. He hits this one, and O'Neal has 22 points.
So I can go to either Steve Kerr or Pete Myers.
4-point Magic lead. Hardaway's pull-up jumper goes down.
That's
Hardaway with that incredible quickness blew right by Bill Winnington.
And he's showing it again once tonight. 1 for 7 in this half.
Into Shaquille, wide open for that jam. Spinning inside of Winnington. Fabulous for him. Inside to Shaquille. He's balled, but he lays it in anyway. And a chance for the Magic to regain the lead in this game. It has been a game.
To the passing lane, maybe get a steal.
Drive by Hardaway. Big time clutch player down the end is
a 5-point lead.
Shaquille knocks it down. He is 7 for 9 from the line tonight, and it's a 4-point Orlando lead with 43 seconds to go. Shaquille, 27 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks. You said at the beginning of the game he would have to have an MVP-type performance for Orlando to win. And so far tonight, he has done just that.
Well, how about the concentration? You got to give the big fella a lot of credit. Under 50% on the season, the big fella steps up there and makes it. And that's why you have to be able to have a guy on your team like that, can have that kind of courage to go up there and maybe something he doesn't do well and finish this off for you. Win.
Yeah, a little excitement. I think they're doing pretty much that. Brian Hill said he wants them to take this as business as usual. And that's what we're seeing here. 110-101, Orlando behind a Herculean performance by Shaquille O'Neal. Great play by Anderson. Penny Hardaway down the stretch, and Shaq is with Greg Sager.
All that talk about 23-45, but the biggest number of all was won by 32, and you guys lead the series 2-1.
We came out aggressive. We knew if we come out aggressive, play hard, play pretty good defense, that we were going to be okay.
There's a sign in your locker room. Why not us? Why not now? How big was the win at Boston Garden to give you confidence for a game like this tonight?
A lot of people saying we're too young, we're inexperienced, but like Dick DeVos said, we got to do it sometime. So why not now?
We talked about how emotionally drained you looked after the last game with everybody hacking and following you. What was your difference, your energy level, your motivation tonight?
I wasn't drained. I never get drained.
Never drained?
Nope, never.
You ready for Sunday?
Yeah, happy Mother's Day, Mommy. I love you. Pony.
Happy Mother's Day for me, too. Back to you, Bob.
What a sweetheart. Shaquille O'Neal as Orlando wins 110-101. Shaq is our player of the game, 28-10. and Orlando scores their last 11 points from the free throw line.
Series is billed as Michael against Shaq, but the guy going head-to-head with Jordan is Nick Anderson. Nick made a crucial steal against him in Game 1. In fact, he's been playing great all season, including the playoffs. And when you talk about the success of the Magic, it all started with Nick Anderson.
With the 11th pick in the 1989 NBA draft, the Orlando Magic selects Nick Anderson from the University of Illinois.
So a lot of things have changed, Nick. I mean, you were the first draft pick of this franchise, and no expectations then. Now you guys are trying to win an NBA title. So what you saying, Mo?
Here's an oldie but goodie.
No, because that was a very short time. A very short time. I just think it's incredible that you guys make this growth spurt that quick.
Well, I think that has a lot to do with the management, you know, coaching staff putting together a young, talented team, and we're going places.
Has taken over offensively.
But it was Nick's defense against Michael Jordan that set up the winning basket in Game 1 against Chicago.
Respect is something that's hard to gain in the NBA, but you have gotten the ultimate respect from Michael Jordan, saying that you're one of the people that play him the toughest.
You're not going to stop him. You're not going to just shut him down. But if I can contain him, hold him a little bit around the average and don't let him get 15, 20 points above the average, you know, I think I've did a pretty good job.
Is there anything special that you do against him that makes you so successful?
I stand up to him. I don't back down.
Takes 4-3. Bang! All right, got to keep the pressure on Michael.
You have a strange three-point shot. You know, the ball is on the line. And once you get in rhythm, you don't miss that shot too often. But there's very little arch to it.
He'll feed Anderson. Nick steps behind the arc.
When I was playing and when I was younger, you know, I jumped and I could just look in the rim and just like, instead of arching the ball, I just shoot it at the basket. And it kind of still with me.
So wait a minute. So what you trying to tell me? You jumped so high that you were like eye level with the rim, so you just shot it that way.
I used to can get up. You know, I had hops then.
Some athleticism by Nick Anderson.
I have hope now. Now, you know, this is a young man's game.
I know. That's why we got all these old people sitting down up there in the stands where we young fellas can get out here and shoot. All right, man, let me see it. Then when I make this one, I'm fading right on back out of the studio. Oh, here we go. That's the one that'll kill you. That's all I need. That's the one that's gonna kill him. It ain't over. That's all I needed was pressure. I just need to get a couple of shots in. That's all. I needed was pressure. Let's keep playing. Come on back over here.
Hey, you know, taunting is a technical in this game.
Uh-oh.
Talk to me.
I can't hear you. Right here, into the seat. We're still playing. Oh, baby. So, I give. Man can shoot it. Of course, I didn't get warmed up good.
After their first taste of playoff success, Nick and the Magic are hungry for more.
We have such a young ball club with some great athletes, and I would be lying if I say that we're not set out to win a title. And, you know, there's no better chance than now.
Magic, and they'll open up in the backcourt with the combination of Penny Hardaway, who comes off a strong game on Friday night, 19 points, 8 assists. Nick Anderson, native of Chicago, came up with a 22-point performance. He has had an outstanding series. And on the front line, Shaquille O'Neal with Dennis Scott remaining in the starting lineup for Donald Royal and Horace Grant. Here is Hardaway. Well, Penny Hardaway giving the Magic rebounds, but as I mentioned a moment ago, Phil Jackson wants more from Kukoc. Shaquille O'Neal making it look very easy with a spin. Jordan with Anderson. Nice look from O'Neal. Horace Grant extends to an entrance. He'll come on for B.J. Armstrong. Hardaway on a nice pass from O'Neal. Hardaway swinging in and put home by O'Neal. Caught on Hardaway.
Look, Magic like to start their offense out high by having Shaq handle and normally swing the ball, but a nice backdoor cut by Penny Hardaway. And Luke Longley not coming with his hands up to bother.
He has made first-team NBA, and this only his second season in his second year out of Memphis State. He feels he has come a long way since that first-round series against the Boston Celtics. We talked about that with Penny.
Well, I think I've gotten better since the Boston series, you know, in the playoffs, but I can definitely get a lot better. Right now, I'm satisfied with my defensive game. You know, I probably can pick it up in a couple more areas, but as far as helping out on Michael, but as far as defensively, I'm satisfied. But offensively, I have to continue to get more aggressive, you know, every game and try to put pressure on their guards.
Did not use the pick and then fires the three. Penny Hardaway with 12 points. And see it from time to time as O'Neal gets inside. We saw that success by the Bulls.
And here looking to return a favor to Shaquille O'Neal as Shaq has set him up. Another quick shake and hit fake to get loose for the open jumper.
Oh, Shaquille O'Neal off a beautiful lead pass. Bill Wennington
Behind Bill Wennington and with no pressure.
win by 11. The Bulls and the Magic are tied at 2. Marv Albert, Matt Gukas, Ahmad Rashad saying so long from the United Center.
If you believe in numerology, if numbers are your game, then this night's for you, and you gotta like 2 and 3. The 23 of Jordan, the 32 of Shaquille O'Neal. It is an NBA dream matchup. The decisive 5th game in the Eastern Conference semifinals between Chicago and Orlando. Shaquille and the Magic, Jordan and the Bulls. The series tied at 2 games apiece, and the decisive 5th game comes up tonight.
Who got the fever? We got the fever. The NBA on TNT. Ooh, how the Chicago crew stopped O'Neal and Penny too. Pippen and Kukoc, they came through. Now the series is tied at 2, but the Magic, the playoffs is something new. It's game 5, how will they do? The arena will be a zoo. Playoff fever coming at you.
Get ready, playoff basketball.
We're ready. NBA playoffs go.
Anderson wide open for 3. Shaquille with the rebound. First basket of the ball game for Shaquille. Hardaway looking for his first hoop and finding it on the penetration. Anthony Hardaway won. Shaquille hits Anderson down to 4. 3, 2. Hardaway bails him out at the buzzer.
I like their patience though there. Up over 100 points.
Anthony Hardaway using the 95-85 with 2:59 to go.
Bob, here's what's the adjustment. B.J. Armstrong covering this. They're staying at home here. In game 4, both of these guys stood, and Scotty could play them both. Tonight, this guy's cutting, and it put them in all kinds of problems. Orlando doing a good job out of the double teams tonight.
Orlando very balanced scoring again. You look at the big 3 numbers there. Orlando has 22 from Scott to add to their numbers on the board there.
They break his man down here off the dribble.
4. Up and under Shaquille.
No basket.
No basket, but he'll go to the line where he's struggled.
He's a factor. When he doesn't, he's not, because he cannot keep Shaquille away from the basket. The Magic, this is the biggest win in their history, in my estimation. More so than even the road win in Chicago.
These fans are feeling that way. Nick Anderson with the reverse from Hardaway. And that will be the cherry on the 4. If you know about mathematical progressions, that spells Orlando any way you look at it. 103-95, the Magic tonight. The faces of the Orlando Magic. They say they are talented but untested. Young Brian Hill and his young squad grew up a lot as they advanced past Boston in the first round, but now the tradition of Michael Jordan, the Chicago Bulls, and 3 world championships await them for Game 6 of the Eastern Conference semifinals. Orlando leading Chicago 3 games to 2. 2-0. We played 1 minute and 15 seconds from the United Center.
Here's Hardaway posting. Michael will play him without the double team, and Hardaway can still get the shot. So that's a big play. Again, Anthony Hardaway is the key to this team offensively. Getting off to a big start. 5 points, and I think very important for him to attack Michael Jordan and say, you know what? Against Horace Grant, he's having to do a lot of double teaming, feel like he's tiring at the game. And there's Shaq, a little bit of that offensive arsenal.
Pick and roll, Hardaway and Shaquille O'Neal over Michael.
My goodness.
That's another three for Anthony Hardaway, and he had Shaquille O'Neal against Will Perdue. Slams that 300 pounds in there and then hits the short jumper.
See, he's got to do more of that. He's not going to get to the...
Bulls up by 4 now as Orlando started to make a run back here with these substitutions. The lob in over Perdue to Shaquille O'Neal, and now it's a 2-point Bulls lead. He's more comfortable coming off the bench. He'd rather start, but I think he's more comfortable playing off the bench.
Well, let Longley soften him up a little bit.
Oh, speaking of soften him up, that stanchion will be vibrating for the next 5 minutes with the call.
Look at Scotty and Michael go flying by Shaquille O'Neal. Let's hear the sound of this.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Hardaway trying to drive on Jordan.
He could pull up and shoot the jump shot in the lane. He's big enough to do it.
And he did, and draws the foul.
See, you know what I like? I like that Anthony Hardaway is making Michael Jordan this year play him. 2 years ago, I don't think he would have challenged Michael like this. Michael's still one of the better defensive players, but Hardaway has the ability to get in the lane and at 6'7", elevate over Michael Jordan.
He's outscored Michael 12-6 in this ball game and goes back to the line. Now, Tony Kukoc is in. Steve Kerr will sit down. So we have Kukoc, Wennington, Pippen, Michael, Jordan, and Ron Harper on the floor.
I think you're going to see big-time starters minutes for Chicago tonight. When guys get rests, I think it's going to be very short.
Horace Grant runs down the loose ball. He'll try it again.
Boy, Hardaway's having a big night.
Anthony Hardaway has 16. Deal against Longley. Active in the lane. Nice shot.
See, I like to see him make that move. That's a deal.
Back to Hardaway. He'll take the three. And makes the three, and Anthony Hardaway has hit 4 and has 19 points.
He was 7 away, and then Hardaway said, Scotty, you going to give me that one? I'm going to take it. I'm hot tonight. This is my 4th three-point field goal of the game. Ball from the perimeter.
Shaquille O'Neal's jump hook falls down, and it looked like it could happen here again as Orlando went up by 9, but the Bulls have battled back. Jordan on the bench.
Yeah, I think that's a good point, Bob. He's getting a rest, and again, Scottie Pippen. Oh, look at Shaq with a steal.
Look at him handling it in the court.
Oh, my goodness, Shaquille O'Neal, what an athlete. Are you kidding me?
I still can't quite believe that. He didn't have any problem at all with the steal, the open court dribbling. Scottie Pippen kind of made a play on.
Big stop here for Orlando. Can they get the stop?
Yes.
2 block shots there.
And this play by Shaquille O'Neal is one for your highlight reels. 7'1", 303 pounds, punches it loose like a guard, handles with both hands in the open court.
That's good coaching.
Round 2 going into the final quarter. Shaq O'Neal with 21 points. Craig Sager.
Well, nobody had a better view of that dunk than Philip Harrison, his father, sitting right here in the front row. Nice move by the big guy.
It was a great move, just like his mother taught him.
What do you think about this 4th quarter? Does he look healthy? I know he's bothered by the flu.
They're ready to play. Just keep playing team basketball and they'll win. Keep on playing hard, good defense, and they'll win.
Orlando will win.
Yes, they will.
Again, thank you very much. Back to you, Bob.
The All-NBA first team, 2 of the players in this game tonight. Missing. Pippen, big rebound.
Oh,
look at this! Shaquille behind the back to Horace Grant, who'll go to the line. My, oh, my, oh, my.
Boy, the Bulls very upset. They thought Scottie Pippen was fouled on the loose ball play.
Shaq's dad showing the people in his section how his baby boy did it.
Look at the behind-the-back wraparound. We've seen all Shaq's arsenal tonight. And what, we got a technical?
Technical is on Scottie Pippen.
This could be a turnaround also if Anthony Bowie can make this. Look at Shaq. Does he know this is the 6th game in the Eastern Conference semifinals and not the LSU blue-gold scrimmage?
Maybe it's just as well that he plays that way. Horace Grant with his dislocated finger knocks that down. It's tied at 91. Shaquille pounds into the paint.
Got totally out of sync.
Dennis Scott missing from the corner. Shaquille pounds it into the paint. He's been hitting that jump hook all night, and Shaquille playing well. Hardaway gets Kukoc in the air, hits the 3, and it's a 3-point Chicago lead with 2 minutes remaining.
From the 2-minute mark, Orlando a chance to take the lead. This is unbelievable.
They've scored 7 straight, 8 seconds on the shot clock.
Let Anderson go against Kukoc. He can take him to the basket.
5.
Oh my goodness, what a shot by Nick Anderson.
And it's a 1-point lead for Orlando, 103-102. They've scored 9 straight points. We have 42.8 to go in this game. Incredible comeback by the young Orlando Magic. Grant Hardaway is back in. Jordan, pull-up jumper inside to Longley. He missed the lay-in from Jordan. Can you believe it?
I thought he had a dunk.
7'2" Luke Longley missed the lay-in.
I think somebody got a piece of that shot, Bob. It looked like he had a dunk.
Phil Jackson has met him at mid-court and is following him back to the game, to the bench. Whatever the case, a 7'2" player should score this.
Watch this now. Looks like he's got a dunk, and he just leaves it short. He shot an air ball. An odd point.
He's 3 for 3, 4 for 4 tonight, and it is a 3-point Orlando lead. This free throw gives them the magical, no pun intended, 4-point lead.
Makes it a 2-possession game. Didn't hit anything but the bottom of the net. You know, interestingly enough, the greatness of Michael Jordan, if the Bulls lose this series, people are going to talk about some of the mistakes he made at the Game 1, Game 3, and now in Game 6.
Big miss, rebound,
it's over.
It's over right here. Here's the cherry on the sundae. The season comes to an end here at the United Center, and the Orlando Magic, the #1 team, the #1 seed in the East, gets the victory with 14 straight points to win 108-102. The Bulls had led 102-94.
Look at Horace. They're booing him up on the shoulders, Bob.
Horace Grant being carried off on the shoulders of his teammates. He played injured tonight with the dislocated finger, was not in for that run at the end of the ball game. But Penny Hardaway and the young Orlando Magic have come here to win in Chicago, and they will now move into the Eastern Conference Finals against either Indiana or New York, depending on the outcome of that series. Penny Hardaway, 21 points and 7 assists. As you see, a very happy Orlando team heading into the locker room. And we've got Penny Hardaway with us on the bench. And Penny, your team was down 102-94 and scored 14 straight points. You and Horace Grant at the beginning of that were even on the bench. Give us a feeling of what went on to get that comeback going.
Well, I think I wasn't feeling it there in the third and fourth quarter, really the entire second half. And he made a good coaching decision to bring Brian in. And Horace dislocated his middle finger again, and he had to sit out. So the team that was out there on the floor knew what they had to do, and they did it.
You know, Penny, it's amazing. When you look at your team, this young team, everybody talked about no poise. But all 4 games that were close, you guys won. 2 of them on the road. And now, if I'm not mistaken, this is 4 out of 5 road wins for you guys. A team that could not win it all on the road. What's the difference?
It's kind of funny. I think it's a do-or-die time for us right now. And we know if we lose, we're going home. And I think we're much hungrier right now. I think in the last month of the season, we were overlooking the season on the road, I guess, waiting to get to the playoffs. And now we're showing everybody that we can play on the road.
It looked like you guys were going to come unglued there. You guys started turning the ball over. And I've said all series long, you guys have gotten shaken, but you've never lost your poise. I mean, to win this game, 102-94 didn't look like it was going to happen at all.
Well, you're right. It was all, you know, a part of just getting together and guys coming to me, because I was the big part of turning the ball over there in the third and fourth quarter. And, you know, the guys just told me to hang in there. We're going to get this one, and they did it for me.
Penny Hardaway, you've won 4 big games on the road in Boston in that first series, and now here in Chicago. You get a chance to rest a little bit, depending on what happens in the New York-Indiana series. We're not going to give you more than about it's been about a minute and a half here to enjoy this win, and we've got to look ahead already to New York and Indiana. Your feeling about moving with your team, you're 0-3 in the playoffs last year, moving into the conference finals.
Well, it was scary last night. You know, we thought the Pacers was going to head and win that game because, you know, Patrick came up with a big shot for them, and tonight we knew that we had to go ahead and take care of business if we wanted to get some rest, and hopefully that series goes 7 games.
Bob, this right here, this is a great player and a great kid.
Penny Hardaway, our Budweiser player of the game, and Craig Sager is with his running mate, Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, thank you, Bob. Shaq, we talked at the beginning of the game. You had the flu. You didn't think you were feeling real well. Lots of fluid. You came out here. This team showed they're the younger team. You scored the last 14 points.
We know if we came in aggressive, played good defense, executed, especially in the third and fourth quarter, that we can come out here with a win. We beat them here twice already, so we were real confident coming in.
The hack-a-Shaq philosophy at the beginning of the series was taking its toll on you. What did you do mentally to make the adjustment to then become such an effective passer and to quickly get out of the double team?
I don't think it was taking a toll. I mean, they were fouling me. I was 17 line hitting my shots. A couple of times they pre-rotated on defense, and I had trouble getting the ball to the open man. But we had one of our guys cut, and when Scottie Pippen rotated to Nick, Horace was wide open.
A year ago, Indiana wiped you out 3-0 first round. You want revenge against Indiana, or do you want to face New York?
I said last year, every time I step on the court as a basketball player, I want to improve every year. Last year we made it to the playoffs. We didn't win a game at all. This year we won the first round, we won the second round. So whoever we play, it really doesn't matter.
Well, from Shaq flew at the beginning of the game to Shaq flew at the end. Congratulations.
All right, see you.
That's the look on the face of the Chicago fans. Tears are being shed here at the United Center when Michael Jordan returned. Most people thought that the Chicago Bulls were going to go ahead and get into at least the finals in the Eastern Conference. Horace Grant, how sweet it is. Here's...
This is Dennis Michael with the Hollywood Minute. Shaquille O'Neal is headed for the big screen in Kazam. Paul Michael Glazer is set to direct the basketball star in the magical action comedy, which will cast O'Neal as a genie in a combative relationship with the boy.
Game one of the 94 playoffs, Orlando and Indiana. Byron Scott of Indiana hits the three, giving the Pacers a one-point win, which propelled them to a three-game sweep. But it is a new year in 1995, as we have Indiana winners of the Atlantic Division and the Orlando Magic. Indiana winners Central, Orlando winners of the Atlantic Division, and they face tonight game one of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Who got the fever? We got the fever. The NBA on TNT. Okay, Hoop fans, here it comes, Indiana Magic. It's game one. The Pacers got here by beating the Knicks, and Orlando took the Bulls in 6. Get set for an NBA thriller. Penny, Shaq, Smith, Miller, the Magic and Pacers. Who will it be? The Eastern Finals on TNT.
Get ready, playoff basketball.
We're ready. NBA playoffs go.
A little perturbed on that one. Outside, Hardaway, wide open look at the three. Well, they're going to double-team Hardaway early. Right now, this is I wrote this at the top. This is a major change in a matchup. Magic playing now without a true center. Hardaway pulls it up and starts to bring him back. The triple team. Nice. Beautiful play. An outstanding pass by Nick Anderson. And a steal. To Scott to the hole. Shaq playing with 2 personal fouls. The oop to Hardaway. Have mercy. Great eye contact. Hit him with his hand. It's all over. Your hand is not going to stop him. Great catch. Great athletic move, but good eye contact between 2 point guards. Led by 18 in the first quarter. Shaw got up in the air, wasn't sure what he wanted to do with it. How about just give it to the